What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade coming to y'all with that instant playoff analysis going live on YouTube on the Analysis Playground exclusively there. We're going to talk about the Miami Heat earning that spot at the eighth spot for the playoff of the blessing. They got blessed by getting a chance to get into the playoffs. They took advantage of it. They got there. Now they get Cleveland. And we know that Eric Spoelstra is a great coach. We know he's going to have those guys ready. We know he's going to have those guys prepared. And we know JB Bickerstaff is no longer there for Cleveland. So Kenny Atkinson get to show what he can do with this Cavaliers team. They earned the number one seed in the entire Eastern Conference. They did it all season. They have been really good until late. They lost a couple games, and I think they are flawed, and I think they're going to have some trouble, but not in the first round. They should be able to have some fun in this series and still get it done. The Heat are going to play serious. You know how Bam is. You know how Khalil Ware, Andrew Wiggins is. They don't want to get embarrassed. They don't want to be outplayed. Eric Spoelstra is a guy that's going to rip them apart if they do that, and that's going to make this series competitive. But just because you're competing against a team don't mean you're going to win. So we're going to start off with Cleveland Cavaliers and what I think who's going to have a big role in this game, who's going to perform well in this game, in game one and then this whole series too. And Jared Allen is a guy that they're going to really need because he's going to have to clog up that paint at a high level. Because we know Tyler Hero likes to get that push shot. We know that Davion Mitchell and those guys like to get close to that paint. Same with Bam, same with Khalil Ware. If Evan Mobley and Jared Allen can close off that paint and make sure that is totally gone, this is going to be tough for a team like Miami to win against because they have the ability to do it. And I think that the bigs are going to play the biggest parts because if they're going to rebound at a high level and they're going to protect their paint at a high level, Miami don't have the greatest shooting. They're a streaky team. And I know they're going to find ways to try to attack Darius Garland. He's going to be a small guy on the court. They're going to look to score over him. They're going to look to put him in some switches. That's going to be important for their offense. But the bigs are the key for Cleveland. They have been really good defensively. They have really been trouble for a lot of teams. And that length, that size, that quickness, and that foot speed to be able to get there when it's necessary or needed, plus the communication that they have been having the entire year to be knowing where they should be at and knowing where their help defense is going to come from. If they can do that, they can really make it tough on Miami to score because Wiggins is another guy that likes to put the ball on the floor and try to get all the way to the basket and try to finish, or he's not also a great shooter. So if you can keep him close enough to that 3-point line, then you have a good shot of making his games tough too to be able to be efficient. But Darius Garland, he's a guy that showed that he's patient, he's smart, he reads the defense real well. His 3-point shooting is going to be very valuable. Same with Donovan Mitchell. If those guys get open or you set good screens for them, they can hit the floater, they can get to the basket and finish. They're great free throw shooters, and they can also make that three, which is a huge key because Miami, they do have slumps, they do get stagnant. They do take some questionable shots for the talent that they have. And if you can just have high caliber offense that's just very smart and very decisive, you can have good success against the Miami Heat defense and what they're trying to do. So Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell are going to be crucial when handling the ball because they don't want to turn it over too much. And they also going to have to make the right decision when to fire those threes and when to turn them down for better shots. DeAndre Hunter is another big piece for this team, especially off the bench, giving them size, giving them strength on the perimeter to stay in front of guys like Andrew Wiggins and Tyler Hero. That's going to be huge to have them settle for shots that they really don't want to take. Ty Jerome, the guy is a bucket with the 3-point shot, and he can also hit the floaters too and get a layup. So I think that he's going to be good like he has always been for this team in the regular season. You can say the same thing about Sam Merrill. He's going to be ready to go and locked in and loaded to hit those open shots, and that's going to be key for them too. I wonder what they're going to do with Isaac Okoro. You kind of like what he done, but DeAndre Hunter is the better guy for a team like Miami. But if they want to put them both on the court, I can see it, for a little bit of time. But I don't really think they're going to play them huge minutes because you want to be able to stay ahead as much as you can. I mean, what's the purpose of having guys on the team that ain't going to help you score, even if you play good defense? If you're not turned it into transition, you're going to be playing in the half court, and half court is where Miami is strong. But Max Strus, we're going to see if he's going to be starting. He should. He's going to add 3-point shooting and floor spacing. That's what he has done all season. I don't know if Tristan Thompson going to play a lot in this series, but he'll just be a bounder. And Dean Wade, what are they going to do with him? We know he can make shots, especially if he's open. We know that he's a good sized body. So if anybody gets in foul trouble, he can come in and give some solid defense. And that's all you really need him to do. Craig Porter, I don't really know what they're going to do with him too. I think you just cut him out of rotation or close to it because you need your best players on the court as much as you can, especially since they all are healthy. And like I said, if the big man with Jared Allen, DeAndre Hunter, and Evan Mobley do their job defensively and stay in front of these guys and force them to score on the perimeter, Cleveland has an easy series against Miami. But guys like Tyler Hero and guys like Andrew Wiggins and Bam Adebayo, they're going to say, well, Quinn, if you felt that way, we can just take our time and we can set some good screens. We can get some good rolls, force them to pick their poison. We can keep them on the perimeter, but we can move the ball good enough to get open shots. The problem is, can you make them? That's something that we have to see them do. We know you can score in the mid range a little bit, score in the paint a little bit, but we haven't really seen y'all be the greatest 3-point shooting team against a team that can light you up. That's the problem with the Heat. They're gonna fight stagnant. If they don't get enough stops and they don't make enough shots like they have proven they can do, Cleveland is just gonna blow them out like they have done so many times against so many other teams. But Kyle Anderson is going to be another piece they're going to pay attention to. He's a big body that can create for others and also create his own shot, but also be a spot up scorer. Alec Burks got a little bit of handle left on him, but he's a guy that is going to be in there just to handle the ball and try to be a combo guard and knock down threes. Haywood Highsmith, like I said, he was going to be big in the playing tournament, and he was. They're going to need him to come in and try to defend and slow those guys down, basically Ty Jerome and those guys like Sam Merrill when he comes in, or even, Donovan Mitchell or Darius Garland. He's going to have to do that. And I don't look at him as a top-notch defender, but he's going to compete and make it difficult. Will they even play Jaime Jaquez? He hasn't been great this year, but they're going to need somebody if foul trouble happen that they can put the ball in his hands and make decisions or even score the basketball. Nikola Jovic is out, so that's another weapon that they might not even have. Davion Mitchell, he's going to have to keep hitting those threes. They're going to give him that shot. They're going to want him to take that shot. And if he can make it, he can hurt, Cleveland, a little bit. But how many minutes is he going to play? How big of a role is he going to play? Because he has been one of their best players. He's been playing better than Alec Burks. And they might have to put him as a starter again like they did it earlier in that trade deadline area. It's part of the season. Duncan Robinson, we don't really know what he's going to do because sometimes he's really a guy that can get double figures. And another time he can't even get 5 points because he takes so many threes. And sometimes he forces them, sometimes he rushes them, and sometimes he gets clean looks. But they're going to be, all on him because it's a playoff series. We have to lock in on these guys each and every game to give us the best chance of winning. And that's for both sides of the floor and both teams, coaching wise. Terry Rozier, he's not going to play too much unless he has that shot going. If he doesn't have that shot going, they're going to go with Davion Mitchell. Khalil Ware, he's going to be big because he can close off that paint and force them to take the floaters or the pull-up jumper because he is athletic and mobile. Pairing him with Bam has just been fantastic for the Heat, even in the play-in. And I think Khalil Ware is going to have to continue to move his feet. He's going to have to continue to pay attention. He's going to be tested defensively as a rookie, and they're going to demand him to be great. If not, he's just going to get torched, by the guard play of the Cleveland Cavaliers. And if he doesn't, read those screens the right way, and if he doesn't react the right way, it's going to be a bad day for him and Bam. Because Bam can't cover for everybody. He only can really cover for wherever he's at on the court. And Cleveland does have the ability to get him to that three-point line because Evan Mobley can make threes and he can make shots from the mid-range and he can put the ball on the floor and get to the basket. So Bam going to have his hands full already. So Khalil Ware is going to have to step up in that paint because he might be the only one in there. And Andrew Wiggins, like I said, he's very important to this team and what they do as a defender, as a scorer, and as a playmaker, and as a rebounder. He's going to have to be healthy the whole season. I mean, the whole playoffs, this whole run, and he's going to have to be available. If he's available, that makes his team a little tougher to beat, and that's important because you want to go out there and play your best basketball as much as you can, and that's the purpose of being in the playoffs, to give yourself a chance to win again. And he showed that he still can contribute. He showed that he's still a high level role player, and that's important in any series. But this one, I'm going to have to go ahead and say Cleveland sweep them up. I think this is the first sweep I will see. Cleveland just has been electric. They have been on fire. I know their last couple games of the season, or the last couple weeks, was ugly. They lost a lot of games, and guys was missing, and they wasn't playing their full starters, and they looked a lot more beatable. But I just love Cleveland offense. They just generate so many easy opportunities and so many easy chances that I can't really see the Miami Heat keeping up. I just don't think they have enough to keep up with the Cleveland Cavaliers, even for one game, because they can get on fire in one quarter and blow you out by double figures. And we done seen it basically this entire year, that if you're not communicating and you're not paying attention and you're not reading and reacting the right way, Cleveland will find a mistake and capitalize off of it. Cleveland will find a hole in your defense and pick it apart. They are very slow. They are very smart when it comes to executing what they want to do. And if Kenny Atkinson sees it, he's going to point it out. He's going to tell these guys, watch out for this, do this, do that. And let's be honest, like, the Miami Heat are limited talent wise, and it's unfortunate. There's nothing we can do but watch the team. And most eighth seeds shouldn't even be in the playing tournament because they really not that good when it comes to competition. But they're gonna say, oh, they did it before, they got to the finals. Well, if you didn't win the championship, it wasn't enough. Your goal ain't to get to the finals. Your goal is to win the championship. That's the whole purpose of making it to the playoffs, to give yourself a chance to win the championship. And if you get to the finals, you should be good enough to win it, because it's hard to do a run that long. But if you don't win it, it didn't matter. You know what I mean? People gonna bring up that was important. Well, it was important for the individual. It's not important for the team, because that's the team goal at the end of the season, to qualify and win it all. If you ain't doing that, then you're doing it wrong. I just feel like Cleveland has way too much firepower. They have the defensive weapons that can stick with this team and make it tough with this team, and they are the better team. I'm going Cleveland in a sweep, and that's how I feel. Comment, like, subscribe, and share, hit the notification bell for more analysis. And if you're new to the channel, I do conversation videos just like this and various different NBA only content. I also do breakdowns with real footage of legends, current legends, rookies, also future stars. I also do mock draft and draft coverage. So if you love that type of stuff, this is the channel for you. You should subscribe without a doubt. Other than that, hope you guys enjoyed y'all day. Hope y'all had a blessed day. The weekend is here as quick as that, as fast as that seems, but it's reality. All I can tell y'all need to continue to put the work in, continue to set y'all goals, continue to stay positive, continue to grind, and keep y'all head up, even if you have bad times in that day, because it might be better by the end of it. All I can say is y'all stay blessed. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of y'all weekend too. I will be back later today with more analysis. Hopefully, thank y'all for appreciating the content. I love y'all for that. I keep coming back because y'all love what I do. Y'all love how I make my videos, and y'all appreciate them. That's why y'all subscribers. Makes perfect sense. So stay subscribed. I got more analysis tomorrow, starting at when the Bucks play the Pacers. Instant analysis the whole day, and then you might get more playoff predictions and more things like that as the season continues to go for the playoffs. Other than that, I got breakdowns coming, got more things coming. So stay subscribed. Let's continue to make 2025 more important than 2015 and a better year. We've been hot the first 4 months of this year. Let's keep it going all year. I need you guys to continue to watch, continue to subscribe, continue to love the content that I put out. And that's what a content creator loves, and that's what they want. And I got it. So I want to share it with y'all, that y'all can do it too if y'all want to. And that's why you focus on your goals. Other than that, I'm going for now. I'll be back later today. Well, early, because it's 12 to 12. So 12 hours from now, I'll be up giving you more analysis. And I'll see you guys later. Thanks for hitting me up in the chat. Thank y'all for joining the live stream. And thank y'all for supporting me throughout the years, including still to this day. I'm showing y'all love because I really do love y'all guys. I really appreciate y'all guys. And some of you been around for so long that is just crazy. Like 10 plus years of making analysis, man. That's crazy. 10 plus. We at year 12, going into year 13 almost. That's how long I've been around. That's how long I've been doing it. And that's how much fun I've been having talking the game of basketball and breaking down the game of basketball for you guys. I'm gone. Peace out. See you guys hopefully later today.